Hey, to my late film movie watchers, much like myself, late night watchers, I call ourselves the vampires of the evening, you hear me? But if you're trying to catch up on films and you're trying to figure out what movie to watch, be it on Netflix or Amazon Prime, I hope I'm your go-to guy, and let's, let's see, guys. I know that I used to pride myself of have seen everything, just grind and, just binge watch films, and you couldn't tell me about a movie that I missed. But then, I got to the point where life interjected and, I slipped off the couch, you hear me? But now I'm back on the couch, man. I'm back on the couch. So, guys, I'm going to talk about this movie that I'm just now watching, guys. I know many of you are going to be like, dude, I already seen that. But I've been wanting to watch this film. But life kind of intervened, right? So let's jump right into it. Okay? Joker. Folie, Deux. I'm assuming I'm pronouncing it right. Folie, Deux. And if I'm messing up, dude, forgive me. But the Joker film, with Joaquin Phoenix, and he pulled a rabbit out the hat, man. In this movie, Joker, guys, it was so intense that I didn't know anything about the characters in this. I didn't know who this dude was, like who was playing the character, who was a supporting actor of this film. But when the movie starts off, it gives you this Warner Brothers dialogue, which automatically captivates you, for those who are really understanding the WB, So I'm like into this film, and the energy from the beginning, when he spins onto stage on this, live projected program, on this show, and from the moment he was, I'm not trying to tell you the film, but when he was thrown into a mental institution, you can feel what he was doing. And I was like, who in the hell is this woman, though? Who is this woman? It's like a constant battle of a relationship when you tug of war within yourself, and the men of the streets understand. If you're a G pimping, you understand where I come from. You're thugging out, you understand where I come from. And those who out there are just go-getters, you understand where I come from. That sensual touch of a woman that motivates you, that kindles something in you, that lights the flame, that brings what you've been trying to hold captive and bottle up or caged in, and she brings that beast that you've been bottling up to the forefront. Bruh, this woman. And I couldn't put my finger in it, but I knew I recognized it. I was like, who in the hell is she? And of course, this immaculate voice, her voice. And both of them, bro, she enhanced him. I thought she was going to upstage him, but she didn't. She accredited him. She did just enough to keep him the topic of the film, the forefront of the film, but that she was not forgotten in the back scenes. You understand me? You could not ignore her presence. Like I say, it's like a relationship. Men who become successful and are energetic or more determined and motivated and projectile in us in a direction in which we had no intentions of going. She was that whisper in this dude's ear. She was that sensual touch that inspired him. You hear me? And she did a damn good job. And and I thought her voice, man. Whew. And that voice was killing me. But his voice, you know what I'm saying? He carried his own weight, dude. He carried his own fucking weight. And I'm not trying to say, guys, I know you guys come back, folk, he in Black Knight, he in Dark Knight. And no, he is not Dark Knight, guys. He is not Dark Knight. Don't get me wrong, bro. He is not our boy. Okay, he is not Heath Ledger. Don't get me wrong. He is not him. I get it. There is no one can better play the Joker. And he marked that to his role forever. There is no one. But I got to say to you this. This dude brought insanity to the fucking table and made it a buffet. You understand me? He gave you something to eat on. He brought insanity to the damn dinner table and made it a fucking buffet. Excuse my French. The movie, I think, was intended to be a French, by definition, because the term folie deux, folie à deux. Okay, if I'm not pronouncing folie à deux, and I might be destroying this language or this term, but I do know the meaning. It's when two people come together and share a common delusion, or one rubs off the other and make this person share a fantasy or an insane ideology. This film is captivating from beginning to the ending. And what obsessed me, guys, is that woman that I kept trying to that was gnawing at me, was my baby, bro. Was my baby, bro. Woo. Man, she kept sexy alive in this film. You understand me? Lady Gaga. It was Lady Gaga. Her voice, I was like, who got this powerful ass voice in this movie, man? And who is she projected, I didn't even recognize it. They didn't put no screw makeup on her where they didn't disfigure her or anything like that. Bro, she was in her all. Do you hear me? But her character transcended to something else that I couldn't even tell it was her. And I know I love my Lady Gaga, you hear me? But that voice, I knew. I said, no, is this some lip syncing shit? Because whoever this actress is can sing. And I had to pause the damn film and like, man, isn't she? You know how you get to like, is that? Because it wasn't like she was singing her type of music, her music, but her voice was still radiant and vibrant in there. But you know what I'm saying? And dude, he jumped in, to some Cinderella fellow shit. He carried his own, bro, but she kept it sensual. I mean, she kept it in her demeanor, her delusion, her insanity role, to her fascination to what is truly insane or what is delusional, to her disappointment. She kept it appealing and sexy in her dance, in her walk, in her... Dude, I thought she was trying to... I was like, is she going to take over this goddamn film? Is she going to be that... But he still demanded his presence. And I got to give this young man credit. Joaquin Phoenix, you did it, bro. You did it. You did that shit, bro. And, man, I loved your role, and I loved her role. And you two in the film, basically, forgive me, but oops to the damn director and the writer and the producer and all you guys behind the scenes. But them two right there made you forget about everybody else in the whole damn movie. You know how you watch movies and you're like, who's that person? You know what I'm saying? Who's that? Oh, dude, check out that cat. Dude, look at that. No. Their presence in this film just it was a love-hate thing, and you just didn't see no one else. I mean, I know there was this statue plague of characters interjecting in themselves in the role to fill the void of the corners and the shadows, but dude, I thought I was watching a damn stage play, It was them. It was them. It was them. It was them. All day long, it was them. And anybody who touched them, you start to hate. You hear me? Like, get your hands off, dude. And he, bruh, for an insane murderer You love his character. He gave the backstory to his story, not to Heath Ledger or the Joker, because to what I gather is that Joker was his inspiration. He wasn't trying to create the role or character of saying, I created Joker. No, the Joker was his muse. It was an identity margin that helped him escape, what he, or this being this character that took over to help him escape his childhood trauma. And because of his mother's interjection into how she wanted him to deal with that trauma, he took it into his teen and adult life, and it became his lifestyle. And it wasn't, it was just a moment of snapping, but he was really not that criminal-minded individual. He was really a good dude, made to be, or put and portrayed to be, but he tried to hide his scars. But his supporting actress, which is Lady Gaga, who played Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn played her role. Miss Lady Gaga played the role very well of Harley Quinn, and she saw what was in him, and she wanted that to come out of him. She didn't want him to bottle that and hide what was in him. She wanted that because the world wanted to. People deal with pain in many different ways, and we all wear our mask, right? So, and there was a part on there, and this is my saying forever. I've been saying this throughout because I've been in theater arts. I'm a musician, actor, and screenplay writer. So I've done a lot of this, right? Act on several films. So, but I've always said this, and I say this. Life is a stage, and we're all characters in this script of life. And when we wake up in the morning and we get dressed, we get into character. The only time we're really ourselves is when we are at ease and at sleep and relaxing. But the moment we open our eyes and step up and dress, we adorn ourselves in the projective image in which we want others to see us as. Whether it's these specs, this hat, So many wear makeup, jewelry. That's the character we're portraying others to see. But it's not who we really are. So the mask that he put on represents the character that he saw himself as. You understand? He saw himself as the Joker, one who makes someone laugh. So I can go all day long for this damn film. It's a very damn good movie. It's a very touching movie, all the way to the end. And there was a couple of times they should have ended it, and you would think like, oh damn, that's fucked up. But the fact that they stretched it to a different ending is still Trump. It's still Trump. You hear me? So please go watch this movie, man. If you haven't watched it like me, who's trying to catch up. It's the movie called The Joker, and I hope I gave you some good, some good info about the movie. So Joker, Folie et Deux. Folie et Deux. Delusional individuals who come together, or individuals who come together and sure come in delusion. So, gotta go watch. And okay, back to what I was saying. If I had known Lady Gaga was in the film Pimpin', if y'all had advertised that, I probably would have seen it. You probably got more screen presence. People wanted to go watch it because I know maybe you just say, and I'm glad you did it. The way you did it, I could see the marketing behind that. And I get it, because, dude, her acting ability is just phenomenal. I love you, Lady Gaga. But if they had said Lady Gaga in the beginning, there are some individuals whose names carry a certain amount of weight and pull, And her namesake is one of those names that if you had to mention, it would have brought a more of a traffic to the film, or where people, an urgency to watch the film. If I had to know, because I'm a big fan, I love Lady Gaga. And I'm sure I'm not the only one who loves Lady Gaga. As you know, Lady Gaga. Hey, Lady Gaga. Ooh, that's my baby. With all that. Love you, baby. But to that young man, dude, hey, you did such a great, phenomenal works and job. And to all of you guys who are trying to catch up like I did, hey, go check out the film. I gave you 15 minutes of information. That's how much I like the film. Peace. Till next time.